And what about you, Dig Shake?
What
What do
about
you?
me? I'm sticking around.
No, I mean, what? Well, unfortunately, but
Oh,
what do you think about this race?
I think it's very evenly matched actually, but I'd probably give the slight edge to Xarnax because of his rando experience.
Xarnax is quoting the crash test dummies in his thing, while Max has my name in his thing, so I'm gonna root for him.
Yeah.
Larry PLS, that was my motto whenever I went to like a state fair or carnival. I'll tell you. I'll tell you about that another time for off stream. I don't know if Xarnax has game audio only. I'll drop his audio on the first use of the F word, which doesn't take long here. So we had some pretty brutal seeds so far in this tournament in terms of exploring and needing to grab all the items and arriving at them in a wrong order. You think we get a free one here?
It's always a possibility. I think. I mean, the variance is pretty wide in terms of what a seed can do to you. So, I hope it's. I guess I'm kind of hoping for one that's easier than that last one. Let's put it that way. It doesn't need to be like a cakewalk, but maybe not so trolly, perhaps.
We're finding a couple of forest encounters to start, a couple caves. We got Death Mountain straight away on Max's side. He's going to look in the initial caves here. Finds one that's potentially an elevator. Get the bunker cave, and he's seen enough. Kid on the grass tile. And we have a town. And Dig Shake, I don't know if you're talking or not. Your thing is
Oh,
lit up.
sorry.
Okay, no.
I was trying to get my streams all synced up and, and everything, so.
I can give you, I'm at 152, 53, 54, 55.
Oh, wow, you're way ahead of me. How do I speed this up?
Why don't I pause? So I'm pausing at 205. You let me know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So I just saw Xarnax grab the life spell.
Yes, so did I, and he grabbed it in which town?
That I don't remember.
I was gonna.
This looks like Shield Town.
It's putting you on the spot there.
Yep.
Because I didn't know either. But yeah, Shield Town for life. I had a bug on the desk situation.
Wow, look at those palaces. All three of them just right there.
Try Palace area.
Is that a thing?
It's never a thing until you do it for the first time. We'll see what's in the Heart Container Cave there for a little bit. I gotta say this. That might be the first time we've seen a boulder on a road in this tournament that might actually require us to have a hammer to be, or just be useful if we had the hammer.
Yeah.
And it's Heart Container in the Heart Container Cave. Angry Larry would lose his garbage if it wasn't.
We're going to check these palaces now. First one was 2. Second one is Great Palace. Third one is 5. Not a great selection there. I mean, 2's okay. The other 2 are complete garbage, so.
Nope, still plenty of places to check here. Still 4 more caves.
And we got Lifetown. Did we see Xarnax going to Lifetown?
I do not believe we did. It's quite a walk to get the mirror in and everything. I don't think both of us would have missed that. This is one of those things, man. You scroll the screen in a different direction, and you arrive at items in a different way, and possibly miss them altogether until you decide to double check.
Yeah.
And this one's a bad one to miss.
Oh, that's a good spell. Although he has not been to Raru yet, and Xarnax is going to dip into Saria now. Grab that spell.
Xarnax screen is not cropped right. It looked different on the other thing. Sorry about that. He was on the game area, so I just took the whole window. No, kitty, that's a bad kitty.
Wow, I can't believe you heard that. He is all the way across the room.
Dude, that was super loud. But Xarnax has arrived, and they are swapping towns that they've gotten spells in. Grab fairy for Xarnax. Grab life. No, kitty, it's my chicken pot pie. And we got life for Scorpion Max there.
Xarnax had Bagoo, but decided not to go across there. Maybe he already found the other side?
That could have been possible, meow.
Speaking of cats, one just jumped right on Xarnax's head.
We see the front end of Jump Cave. We can get through that if that's our only means to another area. But it is not, because we have Parappa Fairy Cave here. And we can make it through here in this direction. But we do have Fairy, just in case. That cat's going in. What did you do to it? You feed it?
He likes to complain.
Wow. Does anybody in your life not complain?
Well, I hang out with you all the time, so...
That's, that could be a problem. Press downward to stab.
I feel like there's a typo in that message.
Oh, I get that.
Kitty, knock it off. Sorry. Did you guys hear that?
We heard everything about it. We're in 2 here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, we got Fairy, so we can make it at least through 1 door. And then we're going to need to get our magic back to cast Fairy again to make it through this room. Don't need to, but...
The cat's name is Franklin, and he does not play Zelda 2 Randomizer. He does play Sleep Randomizer, where he chooses a random time in the middle of the night to jump on you while you're sleeping.
Max forgot the up A before he went into Palace 2, and then thinks better of going through it. And he's going to do something else. I mean, you gotta dig shake, right? You can't take a dip into the palace now when there's so many caves left unexplored.
Yeah, I feel like that's absolutely a bit premature on Palace 2 there.
How are you finding these caves, though? And Max is going to go through Jump Cave.
Xarnax going into Death Mountain here also is earlier than what I think most runners would probably do. Although he might just be checking the first round of caves and then upping out of there, perhaps.
It's going to take that life level. Does a nice double Dutch into an Alabama front fister.
Are you allowed to say that?
It's just don't Google it. I don't even know if that probably is a thing, but whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. Nobody's
it's a thing
listening.
now.
Nobody's listening. But I was going to ask you a question. With Xarnax in Death Mountain right now and Max going through Jump Cave, is it possible, like, it's hard to get a good grasp of the overworld if you're not playing. Is it possible they have no other options right now? There has to be other options, right?
Well, so how many caves have they found? They've found Heart Container Cave and
I think that's it.
Grass Tile, right?
Grass Tile, yeah, if you want.
So they got to be able to...
Max had the option of going through Fairy in the opposite direction unless they found the graveyard tile. That was, I mean, that could be it right there, but...
Well, he's in a new area now, right?
Yeah, so Jump Cave is the thing. But Xarnax taking this long in Death Mountain. I wonder why. Because he's going through caves.
No, that's not a new area, is it? I feel like it dropped him in the same place where he already was.
Who, Max?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it could be. I thought you meant Xarnax. Xarnax takes a game over in Death Mountain. I'd be interested to see what he does here. There is Fairy Cave, but again, they could have arrived at the front end of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but it's possible. I'd certainly check. Yeah, Max Jump Cave does nothing in terms of exploration.
Yeah, because there's the grass tile, and there's the back end, the business end of party end of Saria.
Yep.
And here's Death Mountain. So
Bagoo's no good. That Fairy Cave is looking awfully tempting now.
Yeah, I would have taken the Fairy Cave before Jump Cave. It's only two screens, and the second screen is just a bunch of small enemies, bots and what have you.
So, I mean, if they are blocked somehow, it could be something interesting like Boots in 2 or something like that, for all we know.
And to pay more attention to the layout with the... Well, we'll see what happens here. When there was that big... there was that grave tile and that big swamp, was it? Or was it forest? Whatever.
I think he's going through Fairy Cave now, so we'll figure out where this goes.
Mm-hmm. And Xarnax is going to do the same. Wow.
Is that the grave you're talking about?
That was the grave I was talking about.
Another option to consider is Death Mountain.
I was about to say, is this the guaranteed to be Death Mountain going through the other side? Because we haven't seen Parappa Cave in either direction. Saria goes nowhere, and we went through Jump and Fairy right now. So, Death Mountain required to get through? I mean, this is just a tournament that keeps on giving.
Yeah, well, so much for not being a trolley seed, if that's the case.
We have both entrances of Death Mountain, though. I think. On
Oh,
this side.
we do, yeah. So now it's feeling more like Boots are in 2, or heaven forbid they're in 5 or something like that.
What about the first scenario I threw out, where that road to the north that's boulder blocked is actually something that we have to do?
Oh yeah, yeah. It could be Hammer in 2. Hammer and Hammer Cave.
Dave points that out right now.
Good call, Dave.
If only somebody... Xarnax is going to ferry through Saria just to find out. He's going to go to the other side here.
He actually knows Bagoo as well.
Zelda 1 things. You want to join that? No? Okay. There we go. We're going across.
He's going to be disappointed because it's not going to take him very far.
Well, Max has arrived at the decision that Death Mountain is going to do something.
It doesn't hurt to check, especially when you got a big open area like this.
No guarantees because we have Fairy.
And then he actually just decides to up A. So, I mean, what are your choices? 2-5 or Death Mountain, really? That's what you got.
2-5 Death Mountain, or did I miss something? Is the other choice.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's on the back of your mind as well. And we'll see how these... Xarnax is committed to Death Mountain here. Again, both entrances of Death Mountain are on the same side of this continent. Can I ask a question? What are we missing that's on a different side where... Well, all the caves. Okay.
All the caves, yeah.
Never mind. I was going to say, we got, like, every town we can get an item with a spell from, and we got all the palaces. Yeah, all the caves.
And just looking on Xarnax's side, it looks like if you had the boots, you could scoot around the eastern side of that continent. Rap Spot's right there, too, so...
Yeah, so really at this point in time, it's Boots or Hammer in 2 or 5. because we have that boulder blocking a road, which we don't necessarily know could be a dead end. They could jump at the hammer cave, get the hammer, open, smash that rock, and then boom, dead end, and then have to go into 5 for the boots.
Oh, but wait.
Parappa
Look at where
cave.
Xarnax is. Parappa cave out of nowhere.
There you go. There's that last option. Did I miss something? And here it is.
Just tucked away. How do you like that bridge, Larry?
That is just, you know.
Okay. Well, all the intrigue just got sucked out of this seed with that discovery there.
Yeah, because no one wants to see bridges that are not acting as bridges.
We got a rock-blocked cave, so that's not going to do them any good, but still a few more caves they can take a look at.
Yep,
How did they miss that? How did they miss that Parappa cave there?
I mean, it looked like it was in the lower east corner of the continent they could have been in. They might not have scrolled the screen that far, or just arrived at it last. Maybe Xarnax didn't miss it. He just decided to make Death Mountain work for him.
Yeah, possibly.
But it's certainly there, and we have a P-Bag Cave item. Whoa, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. So Xarnax pulling away right now.
No, we were discussing how the boots or hammer are going to be readily available, and it turns out not for the apparent reason that we thought, but the boots are just right there. Max grabbing a key here in 2. It's not the worst thing in the world. Hey, listen. Max grabs the hammer out of 2. And then missing that spot or not arriving on that spot is like trivial.
Yeah, it could happen. And there's the raft. So Xarnax still had 1 cave left to find, if I'm counting correctly, which... Found P-Bag, Medicine Cave, Heart Container Cave.
Trophy Cave and Magic Container Cave had not been seen, and I only saw 1 blocked by a boulder.
Yeah.
Well, he's got enough info to go east, then.
Wow. Definitely need those boots.
Yep, and that's why they gave it to you for free. Gonna jump in here. I don't think he's gonna be able to get around that. No, he's gonna check south though. Go see if that's a P-Bag.
Max has been in this palace for quite some time. He did see the glove-blocked area as well a little while ago.
Xarnax grabs the little digger. We know the east can be pretty dangerous. So always nice to have that. And we arrive at the P-Bag Cave, one of them.
Oh. Gets bopped by a Moa.
Max makes his time worth something here where is he going to be able to take down Helmet Head.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute with attack 2, though. With life 2, he needs to be careful.
You can cast, maybe he can't cast life. He's not going for it. He might up A. He's reaching for it. Yeah, he's up Aing.
Wow.
Well, he's going to go look for the item instead. I wonder how much life costs the Magic 2. It's about 62 at Magic 3.
That's quite the decision to up A and not try Helmet Head again at that point. Xarnax rewarded for his patience on that Blue Lizalfos.
Dave wants me to name the caves on the eastern continent. I'll consider it. I normally don't name things, but, you know, you're a good guy. Magic container in P-Bag Cave, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll call that one the Madagascar Dave Cave because it's got the invisible moas in it and nobody likes it.
I don't even know. Is that insulting to him? I don't even know where to draw the line there.
I might have crossed the line there. Sorry, Dave.
Sorry. I'll just laugh at everything you say like it's an insult like you do to me, so people hate me.
Yeah.
P-Bag on the water tile there. Dave, I apologize. The views and comments from Dig Shake do not reflect Angry Larry or Angry Larry LLC. Oh, Max is going to go back into Death Mountain here.
That was 3 or 6 on Xarnax's side, so...
Remember, those shots were fired from twitch.tv/DigShake. You can tweet him at DigShake on Twitter.
Oh, why do I say stuff like that?
I'm interested to find this hammer cave to see what's in it. To see if it's anything worth.
What if it's like the glove or something? That would be interesting.
Also, if it's not anything, I really want Max to get back on track here because I really do feel like he missed that cave.
Yeah. Well, Xarnax did too for a little bit there.
That's true. I should fix that. Yeah, you can say anything you want because you're listed on the screen as V. Resner, so people will just go after him instead.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if he was staying for 2. I didn't know who was joining me, so we'll just fix that. No big deal.
Yeah, well, that second race running late worked out in the sense that it pushed this one back far enough where I could actually help out.
Thunder. Thunder. Thunder.
Not a bad spell to find. So Xarnax is still looking for the Reflect spell, and then pretty good shape on that front. Wow.
Don't even think that's legally possible, like technically possible, but...
Well, I'm going to have my lawyers call his lawyers, get this sorted out.
Oh, man. I love saying things that people watching on VOD have no idea what's going on. That's why I am the John Madden of Zelda 2 Randomizer, apparently.
It'll be enjoyable for them. They'll be like, oh, man, I don't know what that joke was, but it sounds like a hoot.
Listen, man, no complaints yet, and 6 likes. So, like, between both tournaments. So we're doing something special here, folks.
Well, let me know when that 7th like comes in. I'll throw a party.
I got to create a 7th account. It takes a while. I only have 6 email addresses. All right, what are we looking for here for Max?
Anything, really, at this point. So both 3 and 6 on the east. One of the palaces, I guess either 1 or 4 is going to be there on Valley of Death. But he's not going to check it right now. Got better things to do.
I would get to Maze Island. Like, I would put a step into it.
Yeah, Maze Island would be a good find with a couple items in a palace. Which could be Palace 1, for all we know.
And it appears every single enemy in the east is immune to physical damage.
Yeah, that's actually theoretically possible.
We got Kasuto Cave, and I think Xarnax is going to take the XP there. And now he's going to go through. All right, I thought maybe he was just going to go in there and get the cheap kill and then leave.
So not to make Max's situation any worse than it is, but what if the Hammer Cave is boot blocked?
Well, he's inside of it now.
Is he?
Oh no, he's not. I'm sorry. The way he went down that elevator, and then had the large enemy, like I was just for some reason it was just on my mind. Hammer is boot blocked. I mean, we're looking at quite a few many minutes here wasted before the search gets abandoned, because I think he's in it now.
Yeah, he's committed. This item either needs to be a glove or a spell item to be worth the amount of time that he's put into this.
Magic jar.
I guess so, for Kasuto.
Yeah. I'm telling you, ever since that Buzz Thunder Kulane seed, I'm never putting a... like, until I know what the requirements are, like, I'm never doubting it. But we should know what the requirements are. I just didn't see what happened when Xarnax talked to the lady.
There's 7.
7? Okay, costly game over there for Xarnax. He's going to have to go back to the east and go exploring some more. It's odd. He didn't up A, and when he found 6 or 3, it didn't appear.
No, I don't think that he did.
Go back to the east. Xarnax might go into that cave and take it through now.
Or he might swing by and pick up this town that he missed the first time around.
Did he not go straight through there? He went north and south on the water first?
I guess, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I was going to say, I thought it was old Kasuto, but I would have been right, but for just making it up.
Well, that's not the spell he's looking for. He's got one more freebie, and he does have the kid, so he can get that one too.
Yep, both the freebie and the turning in of the spell are on this side. Yeah, freebie and turning in kid. Look what we got.
There it is.
I believe accessible by the boots, but I believe without the boots it was a magic cave, golden cave situation.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Somebody playing Dragon Warrior?
No, Global Trance. Thank you very much for giving a follow to, or giving a host to Xarnax. Much appreciated. Got one of the towns here. It's Nabaru. Do you know Max's life situation here?
Do I know his what?
Life situation. How many lives he has?
I do not.
Okay. I don't want to Debbie Downer this, though, so we'll just say he's going to get through this.
He's good. He'll be fine. Especially with those enemies. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Always like when the large enemy turns into, oh, look at that. You want to talk about maybe being a worthwhile situation.
Yeah, that's not the worst item he could have found in Death Mountain, but also not a... I mean, it could be a game changer. It could be a game changer.
Worth enough to make me not even look at Xarnax's screen when he picked up that item. The spell.
The spell? Yeah, I don't remember what it was either. But here's Maze Islands.
That's a good question. He's not going to up A because he's 85 away from the next level. So Shy FT4, thank you very much for the follow on Xarnax's side. Nope, he's going to give it up.
First Maze Island item.
Thank you. I did hear him hitting the fire, so I don't know what it is.
It's the hammer.
Oh, we can access a cave, and remember, he forgot a cave on the back end as well.
If you're maxed now, that magic key just sort of reinforces 2 and 5, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe it does, but you left 2 because you didn't want to fight Helmet Head. So,
yeah.
But you do need to find the way to the other somewhere else. I totally missed it again.
That was the trophy on Xarnax's side, and now we've got Palace 1.
Thank you.
So Palace 4 is the palace that is sitting in Valley of Death.
Well, we're in 5. Must think he's glove blocked from the item in 2. So he's going to try for the item in 5. And remember, he missed the cave. He can't get to the other caves with the items. And he thinks that this is going to arrive him at the boots, I would think.
Or maybe
hammer.
the glove or the raft.
Well, the glove wouldn't do him any good in terms of overworld exploration. He feels like he's trapped right now. And needs
but the item's
raft,
glove blocked it too, though.
That's true. Way to invalidate my argument.
Just a heart container in 1. I tell you what, fighting Goomba at Attack 2 does not sound like a very fun time.
No, this definitely seems like it's a mission to get the item and nothing more at this point. No glove. We don't know what's in Trophy Cave or Magic Container Cave. Neither player has found them. Only one cave we've seen that was blocked by a boulder. But potential Xarnax did find both. Both caves being blocked by a boulder. And thus his decision to go to the east early.
Chat wants to know who's winning. I think it's pretty safe to say Xarnax has got a pretty huge lead at the moment. It's going to take something pretty serious, I think, for him to relinquish that lead as well.
It could, I mean...
Glove in 5, maybe?
Magic Key and Death Mountain, glove in 5. You know, we have half of that puzzle already. Xarnax.
Oh, Xarnax.
82, though, Dig Shaker. There are things here to kill. 20 apiece. Are they always 20? They seem to always be 20. They don't seem to randomize.
Maybe I missed them.
Those are 2. Those randomize.
Yeah.
He wants to get these unicorn heads to respawn, and there we go. There's another one. And hope they don't bop them and take XP at the same time. He's got a handle on this, though. He's got it. The Xarnax hammer. And
So that'll get him Attack 4.
Max finds the dead end. He's going to reach for the controller up A as Xarnax places the gem to go up 1-0.
So let's see. There's one more P-Bag cave out there for Xarnax to find. He's got the hammer. Have we found the desert tile yet?
We have not found the desert tile yet.
Yeah, and then there's that town. Oh no, that's the town that he was in earlier. Never mind.
Yeah, that's Kasuto. He found Nubaru. Nubaru's fire, and he just needs to find Darunia. Bring in the kid.
Well, do we know what fire is?
I feel like he cast it, but I don't really know. It's 28. If it was really anything relevant right now.
Those orange Lizalfos might be invincible. Well, not the thunder. Yeah, they're invincible.
Keep trying though. You might get it. You need to make sure though.
Here's Darunia. So, last town in the Eastern continent here. Last chance for him to get reflect without having to start digging up spell items.
Well, he does have trophy.
So he just cast fire in midair there. Maybe he thought it was fairy, but it looked like it to me. It was shield.
His regular palette looks like he's doing wearing shield. Did he change colors from that?
He did, yeah.
Okay, all right. One more screen to go, and we'll see exactly what the spell is.
Max is having a little trouble here in 5. Looks
Max,
like he's...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, looks like he's trying to grind some levels while he's in here.
If I'm Max right now, I'm kind of miserable because I feel like I'm locked into this one needing this one item, and I'm having a hell of a time trying to find it.
Yeah, and I mean, he also thinks that Xarnax is in the same boat, but he's not. So what was that spell, Larry? Did we see it?
I'm just going to be silent until you tell me what it is. It's a bad job. I mean, I've been doing 3 of these in a row.
Yeah.
You think I know right by now to look at the spell when the person's in the spell thing.
Yeah.
Instead of watching Max fight a... I don't know why. I was mesmerized by Max fighting that Iron Knuckle for some reason.
Looked like it was Reflect, actually.
Okay. Oh,
he just opened his pause screen.
Well, he's got a tracker that somebody made. I don't know how to read it, though. And it most certainly is Reflect.
So he's set for spells. He just needs the glove. And he'll be good to go. That's interesting that he decided to duck into 6. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe he just was going into the first palace that he saw.
This is one of the situations where I'm not going to take what a runner knows for granted, and Max is a really good player. Does Max know you can get into doors with Fairy?
I think so, yeah. I just don't think he's found Mido. He knows you can do that with Fairy, sneak past the Iron Knuckles there. Wow, that magic level kept this current run alive. He was on his last legs.
Yeah, he needs to get to this item room soon.
Yeah, he needs to hope it's this next screen. And it is.
All right, awesome.
Now we need to hope it's something good.
All right, I think you're a touch ahead of me.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 seconds or so. It is the 500-point P-Bag. And now he's thinking to himself, what exactly the hell is going on? I wonder if he's coming to IRC right now to... I wonder when the question to IRC is going to be, is this seed unbeatable? But
I think he knows he probably missed something. He just doesn't know what.
for the effort, I'm gonna label that the candle.
Sure. Xarnax hopping in 3 now, so really I don't know if he's banking on them not being glove blocked, or maybe the glove's in. He thinks the glove's in one of these places, or...
What was his reasoning for getting out of 6?
He may have been glove blocked. Oh, you're close, Max. Go down a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to grab down stab first.
Well, that's a good idea, too.
And just for a record, I assume, like, Max is really good at this game. I wasn't saying he didn't know it, but I do know that at certain points in time during the announcement of the tournament that there have been people that have been said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about certain things. And going through a door and placing a gem as a fairy was definitely one of them.
Hmm.
Yep, we're glove block there. Gonna up A, and we're gonna get out of there. So we're gonna look for something else now.
Yeah.
P4.
Probably head into 4. Yeah.
Get your magic back. Do a little science on this nut knuckle.
I don't think it'd be the first time that we'd seen the glove in 4 today. Max. He's gonna find it. He's probably not gonna be happy.
Yeah, he finally gave a little bit of a reaction there. And then he finds that bridge and he absolutely flips out.
Yeah, that's the straw right there.
See what 4 has here. You know, real benefit of looking for the glove in 4 is knowing you have reflect, and at least you'll be able to complete it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised he didn't go there first, actually, but...
I guess on Valley of Death, you know, you never really want to take the Valley of Death walk. Go to the palace, and then when you up A there, have to come back out of it. It's easy to go there, since you can up A, then come out of it. Depending on how long it is and where it is, might as well just dip into 3 or 6. But he did have key concerns and no glove as well. And that's why we're here now, not currently back in 3 or 6. Bridgard. Is that a thing? That's a thing. There's Magic Container Cave. Medicine Cave for Scorpion Max. 2 underscores, by the way, if you want to follow him. Scorpion __ Max.
So this will get him the raft. The boots are nearby.
Sorry, the what?
You heard me.
Well, we found Karok, and now here's the thing. I'm going to probably turn around. I don't think this is even a question to debate. Place the gem and look for the item. Long Karok fight. A lot of inactivity there.
Yeah, and we'll probably see him go back in for this item, I would imagine.
Tremendous insight.
Nice one, Larry.
I just spent 10 minutes talking about that. Oh, God. This is the reason why people on YouTube don't say we're like the John Madden and Pat Summerall of... and by the way, you're wrong.
Yeah, totally. Larry's Pat Summerall.
You're wrong because he's not going back in to look for the item. But I'm also wrong in the fact that he did... Well, he did up A. Okay.
Well, here's Trophy Cave for Max, and that's interesting because Xarnax up A and did not check this cave, so...
Nope.
Yeah. Now, is that the magic... Yeah, that's the magic container that could have put him over for New Kasuto.
It's the magic container that could put him over New Kasuto, and remember, he does have the hammer, so he can also go to Magic Container Cave, the normal one, and possibly arrive at getting the glove there. So that's what he did. He up A'd, and he's going to explore these 2 options now.
Yep. Look at this road. Ah, it actually takes him there. Nice. I thought I was gonna dead end in the mountains again.
And Max finds the boots.
Playing catch up. I mean, he does have that magic key in that extra magic container, but otherwise, it's got some work to do.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way. There are extra spells there as well. Let me put it this way. If the glove is in that, well, no, where is he going to get the hammer from? He's got to get the hammer from Maze Island. Never mind. I was going to say, if he was able to get into that cave and grab the glove, are they really that far behind? But yes, because he doesn't have the hammer.
It's the medicine, though. And we're running out of places to check here. We got both Kasuto items. We got a pea bag cave, I believe, in the east. We got the rock, and then a few palaces.
Desert tile?
Oh, and the desert tile.
Refresh my memory here. What was in the hammer cave? Magic key.
Magic key, yep.
I have like 5 trackers here, and I can't even manage to remember.
This looks like Xarnax looking for that cave that he missed. It's right there. He walked right past it, actually. But now he's just gonna go hop on the raft spot again.
Madagascar Dave says, "Dig Shake, you're an idiot, but I have this scenario for you anyway. Medicine for spell for glove."
It could be. Could happen.
So a little bit of real talk here. We've had some pretty potentially, I guess some people call them trolley seeds. But I don't think we've had anything that had that big of a fetch quest involved to complete the game. It's just been required item in awkward area.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been like, this is blocked here, that blocks the access to this, that has the item to block that has the spell to block this.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Magic jar on the desert tile.
Oh, look at this.
Bent glass tube gets 1 freebie. Well, there goes the magic key as a beneficial factor scenario. I don't know what I wanted to say, but Xarnax is going to get the magic key, so that's going to nullify Max's magic key.
Yep. And with the boots, you just walked right there. You did not have to wander through all those caves to figure out where it was.
Did we see? It was only 1 cave, right, that led there?
There was another cave nearby, so maybe 2. But that cave could have gone to a dead end or something, for all we know.
By the way, CF, to answer you from before, I am the Bob Euchre of Zelda 2 Randomizer. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah, that's the high-class emote. The only one they approved, by the way, and it was like the last one well, whatever. I know a guy, and I subbed to him for a swampy mode for a pinball done quick thing that I was not able to use. Oh, look at that.
Wow. Wow.
Look at that.
So skipping that trophy cave turns out to be costly for Xarnax.
Xarnax is not even there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't even know where that 8th one is, but by the time he arrives on it, like, what is Max going to do in that period of time? You know what I mean?
Pretty sure we do know where all 8 are, because one was on the desert tile.
One was in P-Bag Cave. One was in the Trophy Cave.
And then wasn't there one on Maze Island or something?
Maze Island was Hammer and Trophy.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Heart Container in 1, P-Bag in 5.
So Xarnax must have found that desert tile then.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. It wouldn't be against us missing it. Max was probably doing something amazing. But we're gone. He's got Thunder as well.
Yeah, so now he just needs to find Darunia and get Reflect, and then he'll actually be full-on Dig Shake.
So this is exactly the reason why at, like, 30 minutes I don't like giving the this guy's ahead thing. Because any one thing could turn the balance of a race, especially if you forget something and don't remember what you checked. And we saw that with Max in the beginning in his exploration of the continent, and we might possibly be seeing this with Xarnax, not knowing where he left or where the possible cave is for Trophy Cave, thinking he's checked everything, and that's costing him the glove right now. The glove was in New Kasuto, blocked by 7 magic containers.
Yep. Xarnax was ahead, though. I stand by that statement. He had a lead going. And that lead might actually still exist, but it's definitely gotten a lot smaller.
DH, I'm going to say no. Just based on the fact that I don't want anybody knowing in advance what any seed does, even if it's more helpful for commentary. I don't want that temptation, that doubt in anybody's mind that somebody fed somebody information pre-race. No matter who the runner was or the commentators.
And it's just more fun for us, too, honestly.
Exactly. It's like Christmas.
It's an experience that we're sharing with all of you instead of just telling you what's about to happen.
I mean, any randomizer can beat vanilla. But Z2 is special. Xarnax is looking for a hype cave. I mean, I don't know what he's looking for, the boulder right now. Sorry.
Wow. That might be the most insulting thing you've ever said about the randomizer.
Well, he sees where the boulder is. Now he's got to get there, and I see 2 caves at least in the area. Oh, God. Dig Shake, you're such an idiot. Why is that even a thing? Whatever.
Who put that there?
Is this 3?
Yeah, it is 3.
Okay. So red jar in 3. Obviously it was 3 because there was no Rebo. I like that Nerm guy. He names everything after me. It's kind of cool.
The Larry Boulder?
Because I'm solid like a rock, and that's what he means. He's like, yeah, this guy's got it. All right, here we go. Rebo fight. I'm just going to tie it up at 1 gem apiece.
Xarnax has 2.
Xarnax has 2 gems, so it's going to be 2-1. Xarnax beat Karok, right?
Yes, he did.
I'm sorry, the usual backseaters are not in chat, so I'm going to miss a few things.
I'll backseat for you.
Oh, thank you. I would actually really, really, really enjoy that.
And wow, Xarnax really investing some time into trying to get to this boulder here.
So as a guy who has done things that I never needed to do and, like, wasted a lot of time, what is Xarnax's reasoning for going for this boulder as opposed to, I don't know, jumping in 2?
Going back to, well, 2, yeah, or going back to 4, maybe. I mean, in terms of options, those are probably some of his best right now. P-Bag Cave, maybe? Or even just going to turn in the medicine to see if it's the spell, perhaps?
Oh, we have a Rebo fight here. We're going to get over to the other side. Do we have a delay in the other match? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, I talked to the runners involved, and they said they were okay waiting for this one to be over before they started.
Oh, are we pushing that? I didn't know we were pushing that time frame.
I checked with them, and they said it was cool, so yes, we'll...
No, I just mean I wasn't aware of the time because I've been sitting here for 7 hours.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to start in about 45 minutes or so.
Okay. These guys will probably be done by then, but I guess just in case.
Yeah. I got everything set up and ready to go, so... Who do we got next? We got Joshy D and Dr. J up next.
Battle of the Initials. Joshy D versus Dr. J1. JD versus G-Day. DJ as BGT. Just said.
He would say something like that.
Guy doesn't say nothing, and I make fun of him in one race, and then all of a sudden he appears in chat being like, I was just waiting for you to say something. Like, oh. Then he hasn't stopped typing since.
Yeah.
Good guy, though. I owe him a lot. He's been doing a lot of, he's been helping me a lot with my homework for school. And I've just been saying it's a personal favor. And he doesn't know he's doing the project for me.
Okay. Is this like a Billy Madison situation?
No, I had programming questions for school.
Oh, okay.
And I've presented him like a real life problem. And I'd be like, how would you do this? And he just sent me the code, and I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. And I just erased his name, put my name, commented it, and that was about it.
Nice.
Xarnax has been in this area several times over. And I believe he's been in that cave too, obviously. And
yeah, so
we're done.
You want to talk about a magic cave situation? It looks like getting to that rock.
I mean, it looked like there was at least 2 caves leading there, but if there were 3, those 2 entrances could have led to each other. So he's going into 5, and he's going to actually go into 2. His Great Palace is going to just take the tour. And there's 2. Doesn't up A because he's got 737 experience points, but he will take the refill there. Cast life, but not refill his magic. Just he's good. So we think we're blocked from the glove, blocked from the item, but not blocked. We're definitely not blocked from Helmet Head. Max was at Helmet Head before, took a death to him, and decided just to up A. But it was really early on. Attack 2, was that?
Yeah, he had attack 2 and I think only life 2 as well, so he was not properly equipped.
No, and Xarnax had to actually take a death there as well to refill his magic to get up these steps. You don't need to. But only the elite of the elite, like Unos and Angry Larry, could do it. He tried to do it again. He does have Fairy, right?
Yeah, he does.
There we go. We're going to cast it.
Oh, I don't think Max intended to take that Canadian hold drop there, but...
Well, as we know, it could be a blessing in disguise, as we like to say. I also have done Eco Key, my first try. I posted a clip on that. He misses the ledge there.
I think that might have been intentional. I think he might have been there already.
Okay. And then we arrive at this area, and we're going to take it down again. It is named the Canadian Hole because in one race I've never seen in my life, everybody who fell into it was Canadian. Including, in this tournament, Raikou.
Oh, did he fall into it?
He did, yeah. All right, he does land on the ledge there, so he's going to cycle through again, go through the fairy area, as we got a Helmet Head completion.
It's kind of looking like he needs to get past that hole. Trying to think of what other spots he hasn't taken yet. Are we gonna see him go try and find that item, you think? Xarnax?
He didn't look for the item in 4, but now he's running out of, now there's even less options, and he doesn't want to go back into Death Mountain again. So might as well rule it out altogether by finding the glove before that option exists, and that includes finding items. So yeah, of course. I could have just said yes, but
no, it was a great answer.
I was actually trying to rewind the VOD and actually listen to your question. I tuned you out. Huh? We're gonna check. Nope, those are not the type that could be hit by a regular glove. We need the upgraded glove.
So here we are, back in the
big jump. Oh, he damage boost. I'm gonna say that was
move.
That was intentional.
Oh, it 100% was intentional. It was a nice move.
But then he 5 cycles the Nut Knuckle statue. So you give some, you take some, with the respect. By the way, can I just say I hate entering this room from the left?
Yeah, this is a bad sign.
It's going to loop into that corridor room, probably. Nope, it's not. Every time
well. I was nervous, but this could actually be the right way.
Every time I give that little speech, it's never a loop, and then when I don't say anything, it's a loop. Synchronized nut knuckling. 140 total experience for that effort.
And that's the item room.
It certainly is. Let's see what we got. What are we looking for?
Nothing. Well, he doesn't know where Reflect is, so he could think that maybe the spell item is still necessary.
Three cycles the key. I'm always down with that. I feel like when you miss it once, you're going to miss it a couple times.
Definitely was not looking for the horn, but that's what he got. And then he up A's without going up the elevator there. I feel like that's where Barba probably was.
Scorpion Max does not have the hammer. That was in Maze Island, and I don't think he's been there yet. What palace was on Maze Island?
Palace 1.
Okay.
I'm thinking he's going to have to go all the way back to where he just was. He needed to go up that elevator. I think it'll take him to the tea room, and then Barba would be nearby. Xarnax is in 5 now.
Of which we know the item was a pea bag. That's a good point. Bithmus says you should add commercial breaks into the randomizer so you can get another drink. There's one commentator that probably has to go to the bathroom as well.
Oh, go ahead, Larry.
I already did. That's why you always buy Gatorade in large bottles.
So while my cat was meowing, you were using that to distract us from the noises coming from your microphone, huh?
No, it was that long-winded answer I gave.
Oh, okay.
Like you caught me off guard because I had to talk, and yeah, it's just there's a lot of pressure. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you hate it when people try to talk to you in the bathroom? It's not appropriate.
I mean, honestly, I hate when people try to talk to me in general. So, bathroom or like Walmart, it doesn't matter. Doctor's office, I don't care. Just dead end for Xarnax there. Like, email me or something, you know?
Has Max been here before? I'm trying to map this palace out in my head, and I can't quite place where he's at right now.
I'll tell you in a second. Yes.
Wonder if he's coming on the Canadian Hall Room again.
Actually, I'm going to say he hasn't been here.
Yeah, I'm a little unfamiliar with this.
Yeah, because this is a nice long way that's going to feed right into the barber room. Or have we seen the fairy room that we have to cross with the lava?
Yeah,
did,
that's
right?
right before the Canadian Hall Room. No, he's definitely been here. I think he's got to go to the Canadian Hall, go over that again, and then take the elevator up instead of down. He seems a little confused himself.
Yeah, I think Xarnax is a little confused as well. Synchronized confusion. Well, there's our fairy room. Is it possible he looped around to the other side, Max?
I mean, it is possible to loop in 6. I don't know if that's what happened here or not.
Well, I mean that elevator room with the breakaway blocks. Is it possible he came at that room from a different direction and then found it again, going a different path, trying to find Barba?
I suppose it is. But he's back in this elevator room again, so he needs to go up. I think he knows that. That was a pretty costly up A that he did after grabbing the item.
And there is Barba. My seeds are bleeding over into each other. Fire is shield in this one, right?
It is, yes.
Okay. So I don't know how Max normally fights Barba, but I would think it would be obviously with jump. Slow and steady approach here. He's not going to bail out onto that alternate path and avoid Barba like Joshy D does. The 1-0 Joshy D.
Yeah.
Who's in the main event later.
Currently more wins than both Angry Larry and BGT combined.
Well, he got 6 out of the way, while Xarnax is taking a lot of time in 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. So he needs to find Maze Island. I'm sure it looks like he's heading over towards the eastern side of this continent. Try and figure out where that is.
See what Max does here. What are our options here?
Max is, I mean, he's almost in, oh, he finds the other P-Bag Cave. I don't think this is the one that we saw yet.
No, we saw the other one, and he doesn't really need anything, but I guess with the not having Reflect, you want to grab every item when you're in this vicinity, when you're in the vicinity of it, just in case.
Yeah.
And hope that if it's not that, it's something beneficial, like a jar. You know, eight magic containers, whatever.
Maybe Xarnax did grab that one.
You're thinking it's the same one?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, because Darunia is right there. Did we not find Darunia, like, last? Because
Yeah.
Darunia was Reflect, right?
Yeah, Darunia is Reflect, and so, you know, if you'd asked me 20 minutes ago who was going to be the first to be, to have everything, I would have said Xarnax, but that's actually not going to be the case. Max is officially, well, almost officially, ready to finish this one out here.
Xarnax is still in 5.
Yeah, Guma is playing a very good game of hide and seek right now.
Did he arrive at the item?
He did. He got
Okay.
the P bag. He's
Alright.
he's definitely looking for Guma right now. So we're probably going to see Max find Maze Island and then finish that in Palace 4, and then just up A, and all 3 of those palaces are right there, so he's just going to knock them out. I believe we have a saying for that in Zelda 2. We call that a little boom, boom, boom.
He has to do 1 on Maze Island and then 4 in Valley of Death, and then he can do 2 palaces, because Great Palace is over there.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Knock out 1 and 4, and then all you got to do is head to that tri-state area. Take care of business.
TCB. Put some crackers in a briefcase and go to work.
I don't get that reference.
You don't have to. It's mine. Max takes the death to take the encounter skip and ferry through everything. He has not found Maze Island, so that might factor into the decision of doing this palace now, as opposed to Maze Island, then coming back for here. Go to the palaces you know once you're full dig shake, right?
I suppose so. This is a little slower, probably, in the long run, but it's not that much slower.
Slower than a walk to an area you don't know where it is and then having to come back.
Well, you're gonna have to find that area sooner or later.
Yeah, 1 trip there instead of a return.
Yeah.
We'll have Max measure it out in little Z heads after this race. I believe we happened upon a few dead-end rooms in 4 before we found Karok.
Yeah, and Xarnax finally finds Guma. He must have... I mean, he darn near full cleared that thing. Taking it out on this guy. Wow. Just letting him have it.
Yeah, a long P5 and a very bad Guma fight in the first round. Xarnax has a lot of angst built up for that guy. No, kitty.
Really? That was not even that loud.
Oh, I just randomly said it. Well, here we go. Here's Karok.
Yep. So the big question is, how fast can Xarnax find this glove? Because Max is going to be 1 gem behind, and that gem is Palace 1, essentially. Well, 5 and 2, I guess. But he needs to get that glove in a hurry. As we saw, Palace 6 was kind of long. Palace 3 is never particularly bad.
And to remind the unwashed masses that joined us in progress, the glove was in New Kasuto, blocked by 7 magic jars. One of them being in an area Xarnax skipped on the western continent to Trophy Cave. We're going to cash in the medicine, though. Xarnax doesn't really need to do this unless he thinks the item is spell blocked. So, yeah, he does need to do this. My bad.
If this is spell, this would work in Xarnax's... Well, no, I mean, it wouldn't, because he still doesn't have that last magic container.
It probably would have been worse if it was spell, because he might have went right there.
Yeah.
But he also does have the trophy, so he'll go to Rudo. So, again, he might go right there after he gets a spell. Spell out of Rudo.
I'm looking right at his tracker, and Trophy Cave, I mean, he doesn't have it marked. He has not found it, so...
No, again, it might be one of those situations where he just thinks he checked all the caves and doesn't know where the hell it is. So he's just like, you know what? I'm not going to waste time. Like, I'll just take the chance that it's not the glove and leave. And it's going to turn out to be pretty much a factor.
So Max does also know where Helmet Head is. He knows how to get there. It wasn't hard, actually. I think you just go straight down and right, and there he is, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there goes Xarnax. Xarnax is on the fast track to New Kasuto here.
Yep. And look at that. The horn's going to come in at least a little bit of handy for Max there.
He's going to try to encounter skip this thing in Dig Shake Desert.
I think he could just use the boots there.
Was it not on the desert tile right in front of him? You might be right.
I think there was room for him to go around on the very edge there with the boots. Yeah.
Oh, on the boots around, okay.
Yeah.
I was looking in directly in front of me. No, Countess, but if you want to discuss any bridge tiles, feel free to, this is the forum to bring them up. I am joined by the creator of the Zelda 2 randomizer, Dig Shake, and thanks again for being here.
I take no responsibility for anything that happens as a result of this randomizer. Talk to my lawyers.
We may not have found all 8. I can't say for certain that we've seen a magic container in both P-Bag caves, or if we just saw the same one twice and just didn't realize it. Xarnax is looking for an easy way back to New Kasuto, I think.
I'm not even sure I remember where it is.
Listen, this is the 4th Zelda 2 seed I'm watching today. I can't even tell you anything about anything right now. 5th if we count that one Western continent from the earlier race that we had to watch twice. Oh, Max says 8? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I see that now.
Are we sure that New Kasuto is what Xarnax is looking for? Maybe he's trying to find P-Bag Cave?
I mean, you just got the spell. Like, why else would you go? You already have Reflect, you already have Thunder, and you cast in your spell items knowing that it was only jump and spell.
Yeah.
So I doubt he got spell just to do nothing. Like, this is a New Kasuto trip.
Well, we're all tied up on the gem count, which is pretty darn amazing when you consider Max's start to this seed. And he's also got a pretty clear path to completion here as well.
Yeah, you just go north and both palaces are right there, and then you exit those two palaces and walk right into Great Palace. I mean, I really feel like this has swung dramatically.
Oh, yeah.
And there's 2. And he knows the knowledge of 2. He knows where the boss is. And he knows where not to go in 5.
That's right. Yep.
Can we say this, for all things considered, on Max's side, not finding the cave or anything, to be in this position at 1 hour and 20 minutes, like, it's just amazing.
Well, I mean, if you're him, though, you got to be real nervous because you know you missed that cave for a really long time. And
oh, well, yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. But knowing what we know is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
To find him in this situation where he's in the vicinity of the last 3 palaces, you know, the 2 palaces he needs to beat and then the end of the game. And those 2 palaces that he needs to beat, he knows he's explored them because he's gotten the items or found the block.
Yeah, it's amazing how well he's managed to come back with this seed, and all it took was finding that glove. That's what swung the whole thing back around.
Yeah, he missed the early cave to lead out of the initial area of the continent, but Xarnax has missed the cave that led him to get the magic container that he needs here. He can't get this right there as the glove.
Yep.
And Xarnax needs a magic container which sits in Trophy Cave in the beginning of the game. He's got a refill here for the spell.
I mean, what could the spell item even be? The cross?
Oh, what
heart container?
I believe we have a dollar store item, 2 heart containers, and a cross. Maybe 2 dollar store items, actually. No, we had the red jar, we had a pea bag, we had a second pea bag. So we have $1 store item, 2 heart containers, cross. Yeah, that's about it. And there's, we're not even going to look to see how much that's worth. Nope, we are.
Yeah. So Max officially taking the lead here. Yeah, what an amazing race.
And it's still not over.
Nope. Still lots could happen. The longer Xarnax takes to find this glove, though, the harder it's going to be for him to come back.
So we believe he did not find the magic container in the second P-Bag Cave, which could be north of Darunia. And the magic container in Trophy Cave. I wonder if, like, here's the thing. When does Xarnax put a priority on finding Trophy Cave, thinking that maybe the glove was right there all along?
Yeah.
Or are we hoping that... I mean, would you ever not revisit something until the end because you just don't want it to be there? Because you missed it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that could possibly stand in his way. He's got the hammer, he's got the boots. There's nothing else that could be blocking Trophy Cave if he wants to go find it. He even walked past it, you know, when he was going up there to check that rock-blocked cave. It was right next door.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Max is just going to go in the directions he has not gone in yet in Palace 5. By the way, just in advance, heads up, I'm going to the bathroom after this, so I'll join you in progress.
That's fine. You can go right now if you need to go, Larry.
No, I'm good. I want to watch this. This is very exciting.
It is exciting. I agree.
We're getting some ideas in chat about how to alleviate both situations at the same time, and I can't say that it's a terrible idea. You want to see professional commentating? Wait until you turn into the last race. Joshy D versus Dr. J PhD on Dig Shake's channel directly after this race.
Oh, man.
It's going to be lit. I am... Professional mode's going out the window. Find the dead end room in Palace 5. That might be the last of the dead end rooms, honestly.
I think he's pretty close, if I'm remembering correctly, from Xarnax. He just needs to go down this elevator and to the right. Oh, man, the YouTube viewers are really going to miss out on that one.
No, they definitely are. And let me just say, the Athens... Greece did not have good accommodations for United States announcers, so that's why he had to do that. All right, we're going to go to the Valley of Death here. Do 4. Or look for the item in 4. Remember, he really early on, he did 4. And we said he'll probably just get the item since he has to up A out of here anyway.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to find out what it is. I guess most likely it's a heart container.
Cross, right?
Yeah, could be.
Cross, heart container, or... yeah, 2 heart containers in the cross. I must have missed something somewhere. Oh, I never wrote glove in this slot. That's why. So we don't know what's in 2, right? We don't, because that was glove blocked. We don't know what's in 4, which is here, and we don't know what's in Spectacle Rock, because we never found it. Both 3 places that Xarnax spent... Well, 2 of those places Xarnax spent a little bit of time in.
Yeah.
But here you go. Great Palace for Scorpion Max at 1 hour and 26 minutes in. Never would have thought it.
This might be the greatest comeback since that one football game involving the Buffalo Bills.
Enchantress of Numbers versus Dig Shake. I don't like you, by the way. I don't like you. If you did not notice, there are already 2 available paths left unexplored. Left initially in the elevator room, and then down here in the Jackamus room. And we're going to open it up again, so why not have 3 unexplored paths?
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean...
Well, if Wright's Thunderbird, definitely not.
Yeah. He's just getting mauled by that Bird Knight there. That was a heart container in 4, by the way.
I meant to say that out loud, did I not? And by the way, I did say this one out loud. T-Bird to the right. And I don't know if you saw it before, but I think Tristal cast Thunder when T-Bird was off screen. In the
a little
first
too
race.
early?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hate it when that happens.
BGT needs to clean it up in chat. Hello, YouTube. Thanks to that guy who called me John Madden. I appreciate it. Thunderbird's down.
You sure he wasn't calling you Pat Summerall?
He might have been. Actually, I think it was like Pay Summerall. I think he even had a typo, but it's appreciated nonetheless. At least he didn't call me Chris Collinsworth. We have a drop here directly after T-Bird, and I do need to remind everybody, because I like to say this, 3 paths behind Thunderbird left unexplored, so a lot of Great Palace could be contained there, but at the same time, the room you drop into thereon after could lead you back there, but not if you find the drop room to the left, though.
Yeah.
Because we have no available options. Oh, what a maneuver by Scorpion Max there, avoiding that that bullet.
Those bubbles hurt. They do like a full bar, I think.
Yeah, and they're very hard to dodge because they're there or they're not there. You have very little time to react to them. Get to the false floor room and drop down. Or take the elevator down. I'm sorry, fairy room. We know exactly what to do here.
It should also be noted that Max does not really have much in the way of defensive spells either.
And low, but what is that? Oh, we got the Dark Magician room on the way down here. I mean, you already outed Thunderbird. It's not mixed small and large enemies. How many rooms could really trip him up at this point? Oh, except this bubble that took 3/5 of his life.
Well, that is the one defensive spell that he does have.
It's only two life bars on a refill. I didn't know that was randomized with these flags, actually.
No, it's not. It should be 3.
Oh, was it 3? Okay. I thought he could cast it at 2. All right. But look what we got.
Wow.
From Dark Magician to Dark Link.
I think he's anxiously looking at IRC right now. And just as he's doing that, Xarnax is finding this P-Bag Cave, which is going to give him the 7th magic container that he needs, I believe. Max is going to be the winner of this race, though. What a comeback there by Max.
That's why you never say at the 20-30 minute mark that somebody's in the lead.
Well, somebody can be in the lead. You just don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, who's winning?
Yeah. You don't want to count anybody out at that point in the race.
And too many factors involved. And not a clear-cut way to decide who is and who isn't.
And if you're Xarnax, you got to be a little salty because he actually played pretty well. He just got hung up on this glove.
Yeah, and I keep looking at his tracker, and I know it's irrelevant because he's got 7 magic containers now, and the glove isn't there. But I'm looking at his tracker and looking at that trophy cave and going, why are you never going back for that?
Yeah.
You went to Mito, you went to Rudo to cash in the spells, you went back into Death Mountain, but you still never went to Trophy Cave.
And there it is. Is Max going to join us? I assume they will.
That's a good question. Was glove ever a factor in getting to anything?
In terms of items, or
in terms of beating the game?
Well, in Great Palace, he went through waffle rooms, so yeah.
Did he go through a waffle room though?
He went through the Dark Magician room.
Oh, okay, that's right. I started renaming it. You're right. Okay, never mind. My bad. I'm looking for W on my sheet, and I can't find it. But yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
So let's talk about the beginning of that race.
Yeah. I didn't find the connection cave. Like, I thought there weren't any. I tried going through a jump cave and fairy cave, and I saw both ends of these and both ends of Death Mountain, so I thought I was stuck there. And then either Death Mountain, P2 or P5 would need to have the raft or the hammer that would lead me like on the northern part of the continent. Because I just never found that cave on the right at the very beginning.
Yeah, and you know, unfortunately for you, Xarnax found it much earlier and was actually like 2 gems ahead for a very long time.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Go ahead.
As soon as I found it, I knew Xarnax would have found it much faster than that, and I didn't expect to be able to recover.
Was quite the comeback, actually. I mean, you should definitely go back and rewatch this race because it was pretty impressive to see how it went from Xarnax being 2 gems ahead to you being 2 gems ahead and winning this race. I mean, the problem was the glove actually being in Nukasudo there behind 7 magic containers.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I never knew if it was behind 7 or not.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
as soon as I got there, I had 7. So I told myself, if you need 7 and he doesn't have enough when he gets there, that might put me back in the lead. But I just didn't know. It could have been 5 for all I knew.
Well, that's exactly what happened. It was 7, and he just got his 7th container in the glove not too long ago. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably what made the difference then.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really that happened on that seed. Besides the obvious thing.
The beginning, yeah. Well, I lost a bunch of time in Palace 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was wondering about that up A that you took after the item.
Yeah, exactly. I just forgot that I passed an elevator that could go either up or down. I thought, like, past the Canadian pit, that there was nothing else than the item. So that's why I up A'd there, and I eventually realized that I would have to go back there again.
Yeah. Yeah, in the end, though, didn't end up holding you back from winning this race. You actually tore through this seed once you got out of the beginning there. If you hadn't got stuck in Death Mountain, I mean, who knows what kind of a time you would have put up. Would have been really good.
Yeah, and I was really happy when I found the reflex spell in the Runia, I think it was. And then I knew, like, I was full on dig shake, like they say, so I just started rushing all the palaces down. If that spell had been another one, I never did find Naburu and old Kasuto, so I would have had to search the overworld a lot more. Because I see Xarnax has every single spell right now, so he had to spend a lot more time, searching for spells than I did.
Yeah, he did find a lot. He did find them all. I don't even remember where the trophy was.
Angry Larry here. He was in Maze Island.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. By the time I found Maze Island, I didn't need anything, so I just rushed straight to the dungeon there.
By the way, I want to thank you for naming your character Larry, because this might be the first time in this tournament, or the only time where Larry will actually be a winner.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
So thank you. But yeah, an amazing race, amazing comeback there from behind. Apologies for what my co-commentator was saying about you early on in the race when you watch it back. But I had faith that you'd right this ship. What?
I'm sure you said a bunch of bad stuff about me.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What did I say?
He's right here. I'm not going to repeat it. Come on.
Oh my
God. I'll find out when I watch the video.
But just remember, it's digshake@hotmail.com.
All right, no problem. All right, well, thanks guys for doing the restream of the race.
Oh, thank you, and thanks for setting it up after the other race so we can provide this double header.
Yeah, no problem.
And good luck to you.
Thanks.
Well, with that, I might actually need to get out of here and get set up for the next race that's going to be happening here pretty soon. Or did you want me to wait for a little bit, Larry, so you could take a break real quick?
Is the other one happening directly after? You know what? Just can you hold it down for like 5 minutes?
Not a problem.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'd be happy to. Yeah. So Xarnax actually is on the correct path here. He's going to come to this elevator room, and if he goes up, he'll hit Barba. If he goes, or I'm sorry, assuming he crosses the Canadian hole, he'll hit the elevator room. And then if he goes up, he'll hit Barba. If he goes down, he'll find the item, which was the horn, I want to say, is what was in 6. I actually don't have the tracker up in front of me. Oh, it takes a death, though. Should be fine. Oh, he does take the Canadian hole. I gotta figure that's probably not what he intended to do there, since he did cast the jump spell. So that's just an unfortunate mistake. Looks like he was just a little bit off on the timing of that jump and fell right in the hole. He's not even Canadian, so I don't know what that's about. Now he gets to go through this wonderful room again.
Walter Fop.
Hey, we're joined by the one and only Walter Fop.
All right.
Kochek.
Yep. Kochek, man. I can't even do the voice right now because I'm like freaking shot. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, we didn't mention the Max. He is talking about it in chat about how he did set up the iron knuckle jump and it was intentional.
Yeah. No, I believe that 100%.
Yeah. No, we both instantly recognized it.
Yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed that.
So, you know what? It's something we don't talk about because we talk about, like, you know, best races and stuff like that. This tournament, last tournament, have there been, like, key moments in a race where somebody's done something like Max just did there and you were just like, wow?
That's a good question. I mean, from this tournament, the eco key that BGT did in round 1 was kind of along those lines for me.
Because of who he is or because of the act in doing it?
Well, a little of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember in the first tournament, Simple Dude doing a fight. And it might have just been like against like a Red Dyra or something. And everyone's jaw was just like, whoa. Like, I don't know if anybody's like he just wrecked enemies left and right in one of the races in the first tournament.
Yeah, dude is fantastic at that kind of stuff. The combat is not a problem for him at all.
And he's going to be matched up against a guy who's equally as good as combat, except he just does it a little bit slower so people can follow along at home.
All right, Larry. Well, I don't want to keep these two guys waiting, so I might head out here and get ready for this next race.
Hey, go right ahead. I'll drop the follow and join you as soon as I'm done here.
Yeah, take your time. I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Take care. It's Dig Shake, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dig Shake 4 higher. Dig Shake number 4 higher at hotmail.com. If you have any questions, just send them over there. Xarnax does take the elevator up. He remembers the path back. Got a barber fight here. This is his last gem, and then he'll enter Great Palace. Has jump. Luxury of jump. Max did not have jump during this fight. Max only had 4 spells to complete the game. Lucky for him, there were 3 key spells. And the 4th spell, the life spell, came in handy in Great Palace as well. I believe he was down to his last life when he arrived at Dark Link. Barber down. Pause. Yes, I am. We're going to be doing it at Dig Shake's channel. And there you go. There's gem number 6. So I know you guys are wondering, where could the cross be? Well, the cross could be in Spectacle Rock, Monocle Rock, whatever you want to call it, in Death Mountain, or Palace 2. And the heart container is whatever the cross is not. Up A here, we're going to go to the Tri-Palace area, where we're going to find the Great Palace and minimal path. Dark Link is really just 10 rooms in. There's going to be a 4th race, and it's starting right about now on Dig Shake's channel. Twitch.tv/DigShake. Joshy D versus Dr. J PhD. We're going to wait this one out for Xarnax to be done and see if he wants to talk a little bit about it. And then I'll see you guys over there. Xarnax had a lot of trouble. You know, just revisiting the fact that he missed Trophy Cave early, which cost him a magic container, which he could have got the glove with very early on. I believe he played this seed with 6 magic containers for a long time. Because he got one out of the P-Bag Cave and he got one out of the Desert Tile initially. We got the Jackmas room. We want to go right here. He does not get Buzz Thundered. He's going to dip down just to see what that room is. He's not. He's going to be on the right path. Always go right, except when you can't, then go up or down until you can go right. So he passes by all 3 ways to explore this Great Palace in the wrong direction to arrive on the right direction. 667. It's not going to be that terrible for Thunderbird. I did see Xarnax miss Thunder there 3 times in a row once. Casting it before he was off screen, so he waits a little bit extra now. Just to make sure he does it. BGT, Grey Palace actually thinks you're boring. So apologize to Grey Palace, please. Couple more hits here, probably 3. There you go, 3 of them, and he's down. And pick up this key here. This key is very useful. He'll use that later on. And what does every good Thunderbird need directly after it? A drop room. And down we go. Now we have an option. Which way are we going to go? Left or right? Oh, standard meta is right. Avoids the bubble, and we find a dead end. So now we're going to go left. I mean, if there's 40 people playing the seed, 40 people might be doing exactly the same thing. Dave, that's a good point. Grey Palace has never eco-keyed, so... But we don't want the GP versus BGT feud spilling over into this channel. Fairy Room, we're just going to ignore both sides there. Go right down. Dark Magician Room. You might want to try to search for this jar on the way out. See what he does. Gets rid of that rope. Rope was really a problem. This Bubble's being a jerk. He's going to check for the jar on his way up. See if he makes a spot to escape first in case it is not a jar. And it's a jar. So, fortunate for him, he's going to just walk right into the Dark Link room now. Yeah, pretty much identical paths to take here. Let something fire you in the face at least 3 times and then take care of it. But Xarnax has pushed on, and he did complete. With a time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 23 seconds. Sorry for not stopping the timer instead of resetting it. But it's over anyway. See if Xarnax wants to pop in here for a few. Talk to us for a bit. Well, it's not over, Dave. There is one more left if you want to stay up. Dig Shake and I will be calling the Joshy D and Dr. J PhD race over on his channel, which should be starting in a little bit. There's a race room. I did not join it, and we are joined by Xarnax. Xarnax, why don't you take us through that, man?
I don't remember anything.
Well, early on, both you and Max were exploring a little bit, and led us to believe that it might have been like a go through Death Mountain to get to the other side of the Western Continent situation. But you finally found Parappa Cave.
Yeah.
But you totally missed Trophy Cave.
That cost me like that. I missed Trophy. Yeah, I never found Trophy Cave. And then the one important cave in the east that I needed, I didn't find that until I cleared a bunch of palaces.
Yeah, and both caves had magic jars in them that would have led you to the glove a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Because I think you were rolling with 6 pretty much that whole seed as soon as you got over to the Eastern Continent.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate, and then you started looking for the glove everywhere else. The decision not to go back to Trophy Cave, was that denial, or was that just, you thought you were just going to waste too much time trying to find something you didn't know where it was?
The latter. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I'd explored the entire Western Continent, and I couldn't remember what I would have gone into every single cave again.
And then you
So,
had that.
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
just felt like I felt like it would have taken forever to find Trophy Cave.
Yeah, I was telling Dig Shake that it's probably one of those situations where you probably thought you had to full clear the west again to try to find it. Then you tried to dip into Death Mountain there, and that was pretty much being a jerk to you, those caves.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That was
probably the
awful.
easiest way to say it, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, once I finally saw like there were only 2 entrances to the area where the boulder was, I was like, I'm wasting my time. But until then, I mean, I felt like I was clearing out most of it, and any second now I'm gonna find the one.
Yeah, and that even included
yeah,
going back into
that was
4.
It was just a bad gamble.
I mean, very unfortunate, but you know, your skill level being 1-1, you're definitely not out of this. 1 win puts you into that playoff race. 2 wins puts you into the automatically. So, very good chance of that happening. Is there anything you're going to do in the meantime? Because you've been playing races. You play races whenever they're available and doing very well with them, no matter what the flags are. Is there anything that you're going to extract from this race and be like, you know what, I need to be a little bit better doing this?
I mean,
well, the answer is no, you don't, because you're really good.
I need to get more sleep.
You need more sleep. The answer is no, you don't, because you're very good. But
Thanks.
unfortunately, like it happens to all of us.
There were a couple times, like in 6 in particular, I just completely lost track of where I'd been. I made a huge mistake in 5 too. When after I found the P bag, I up-A'd. When I hadn't cleared up the end of that line, I would have found Guma like 2 rooms away. And instead, because I remembered on my way I had passed up a couple of rights, and I was like, "Well, there's a good chance Guma's there." But
oh, is that true? You know what?
just...
We missed that up A then, because we thought you would just we thought you were full clearing that palace, like every room. And every time
I did, but yeah.
Yeah, by that time, Max had the glove, and he was just like a steamroller. Like as soon as he got it, because he had a lot of problems early on. He did not know how to get out of the Western Continent. He missed Parappa Cave altogether.
Oh,
so
okay.
He spent a lot of time in Death Mountain looking for the Hammer Cave.
Well, he could have. I'm pretty sure he could have taken. Did Saria? Were they both sides on the north?
Yeah, Saria was like they were like almost on the same screen, I think.
Okay.
And Jump Cave, Fairy Cave, they were all on the same side. Death Mountain was on the same side. So he was in Death Mountain, pretty much assured that he needed to find the hammer or the boots to get out of there.
Gotcha.
And then when he finally arrived on it, he finally found Parappa Cave and, then found Trophy Cave, which was the magic jar. And then,
Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, and that set him up. So, well, thanks for letting us do this race and delaying it a little bit while we can get it on the air with all the other races.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, and best of luck.
I think there's another race already started.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think there's another race already started.
Yeah, on Dig Shake's channel, Joshy D versus Dr. J PhD. They are 28 seconds in, and Joshy D is in the lead. But thank you again, and good luck to you in the your next round.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. And thanks everyone else for hanging out. I'm going to throw the quick exit here over to Dig Shake. If you guys can go into his chat, please, and just go, I don't know, make something up like I made you guys say a raid message, but make it kind of personal, but not too personal. So I'll see you guys over there.